Hello, and welcome to the LD Fitness Podcast, where we analyze the eating habits that may be hindering your muscle growth. Let's delve into today's episode. Are your eating habits causing you to lose your workout gains? In the world of bodybuilding and fitness, there are many diet methods that seem like great ideas, and sometimes they are just personal preferences. However, if your goal is to maximize muscle growth, you need to be aware of the potential limitations of some of these habits. 1. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is one of the most popular methods, though it may not be as common in the professional bodybuilding community. Studies often define intermittent fasting as 16 hours of fasting with an 8-hour eating window. However, this method has significant limitations for maximal muscle gain. Lack of continuous protein stimulation. Consolidating meals into a short time frame or eating too few meals a day can lead to long periods without food intake. This results in an insufficient number of protein stimuli needed to maintain a positive net protein accretion, meaning the body builds more muscle than it breaks down. If meals are too close together, it's essentially just one or two large meals, which reduces the efficiency of protein stimulation throughout the day. Impact on workout performance. If you try to work out in a fasted state or after a long period without food, your workout performance can be affected. This is especially true when you are in the final stages of contest preparation, prep, and muscle glycogen stores are already depleted, not suitable for digestive management and progress assessment. During the off-season with high food intake, you never want to pack meals too close together. Maintaining a consistent eating habit, similar to a prep phase, is crucial for digestive management and accurate progress assessment. While some studies on overweight obese individuals show no significant difference in fat and muscle loss with intermittent fasting, this is not true for people who are already lean or are trying to maximize muscle gain. For this group, eating at least 4-6 meals a day helps ensure a sufficient protein supply to stimulate protein synthesis, avoiding long gaps without intake. 2. Combining meals. Irregular eating. This habit often occurs when the day's meals are pushed to the evening, especially right before bed, due to busyness or forgetting to eat. This causes several problems. Impact on sleep quality and recovery. Eating a large amount of food right before sleep can cause indigestion, making you feel heavy and affecting the quality of your sleep, one of the most critical recovery factors for the body. Skews assessment. When this habit is inconsistent, especially during prep, it can cause unexpected weight fluctuations in the morning. This makes it difficult for a coach to accurately assess the rate of fat loss and can confuse weight fluctuations with other signs of fatigue. Reduced insulin sensitivity. Large, sporadic meals can also negatively impact insulin sensitivity, a crucial factor for maintaining health and optimizing nutrient utilization. Snowball effect. Once you start skipping and combining meals, you'll constantly feel full, making it difficult to eat earlier the next day, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. Solution. To optimize, maintain a consistent eating schedule. Just like in a prep phase, even during the off-season, if you have trouble with large food volumes, reducing the number of meals while ensuring total calories and protein are met might be a better solution. For example, moving from 6 meals to 4 whole food meals and an intra-workout drink can still maximize progress and be easier to manage than trying to cram too many meals in. 3. Extreme caloric rotation. This is the habit of having large calorie fluctuations between training days and rest days, often with the goal of giving the digestive system a break. However, this is not optimal for muscle gain, hinders recovery and preparation for the next workout. Protein and glycogen synthesis are still active for more than 36 hours after a workout. If you significantly reduce calories on a rest day, you may be limiting your body's ability to recover from the previous workout and prepare for the next one. Impact on weekly workout performance. If you keep calories too low on weekdays and only load up on the weekends, you won't provide enough energy for optimal workout performance throughout the week. A caloric surplus is still needed. Even on rest days, the body still needs a certain caloric surplus to support recovery and adaptation. You should not be eating at a caloric deficit on rest days if your goal is to maximize muscle gain. Solution. Instead of a significant calorie reduction on rest days, you should maintain a consistent caloric surplus to support recovery. The calorie difference between training and rest days can come from adjusting your intra-workout carbohydrates. You can omit this type of carb on rest days. This supports both workout performance and recovery, while also helping to manage hunger. Fear. Poor cheat meal programming. Poorly planned cheat meals can cause several problems. Excessive calorie surplus and fat gain. When a cheat meal is scheduled on a day that is already high in calories, it can lead to a massive calorie surplus, making you prone to unwanted fat gain. Limits recovery. If you eat a cheat meal on a rest day when you've also drastically cut calories, this can limit your body's ability to recover from the previous day's workout. Creates an unhealthy eating mindset. Severely restricting calories and then unloading with a large cheat meal can lead to a binge-restrict pattern, creating an unhealthy mindset around unplanned eating. Solution. Unplanned meals should be aligned with your physique goals and integrated into the overall plan, not a completely separate event. There are better ways to manage unplanned eating without harming your progress. 5. Overly restrictive surpluses. This is a point discussed in more detail in another podcast about gaining muscle without gaining too much fat. However, the core takeaway is, accepting some fat gain is necessary. To maximize muscle growth, especially once you've reached a certain level, the body needs a certain caloric surplus. Being overly restrictive with calories to avoid fat gain can also limit your ability to gain muscle, especially given the time-based goals in bodybuilding. Finding a balance. The goal is to find a surplus level that is sufficient to support muscle gain without causing excessive fat gain. 6. Inconsistent water and electrolyte intake. Inconsistent water and electrolyte intake can have a significant, often overlooked, impact. SKUs assessment. Hydration status and electrolyte levels greatly affect your weight and appearance. For example, a sudden change in sodium intake from travel, different food sources, or eating more spices, like hot sauce or pickled cucumbers, can cause temporary water retention and weight gain, skewing weight checks and hindering plan adjustments. Impact on workout performance. Even mild dehydration can affect workout performance, particularly by reducing the pump in the gym, which requires optimal hydration. Overall health. Water is the medium in which all chemical reactions in the body occur, so maintaining adequate hydration is a fundamental factor for overall health and optimal body function. Solution. Maintain a high degree of consistency in your water and electrolyte intake. In the off-season with high food intake, ensuring you drink enough water between meals is essential to avoid feeling too full and to limit fluid intake during meals. Avoid large fluctuations in water and electrolytes, especially on check-in days. 7. Over-reliance on supplements. Liquid meals versus whole foods. There's a misconception that whole foods are always superior for muscle growth and that using supplements is harmful. However, research shows that total protein intake is the deciding factor. The most important factor for muscle gain is the total amount of protein you consume in a day, regardless of where that protein comes from, whey protein, beef, or other whole foods. However, if you're eating too little protein or primarily from sources with low biological value, like vegetables, and not enough from meat sources, you may have issues. Digestive issues. A sudden or large change in the ratio of supplements to whole foods can cause digestive problems. Your digestive system needs time to adapt to different types of food. Micronutrient and anti-inflammatory deficiency. Being overly reliant on supplements, like homemade weight gainers from maltodextrin and whey, can cause you to miss out on crucial micronutrients, phytonutrients, and polyphenols found in whole foods, especially fruits and vegetables. These substances support overall health, antioxidation, and anti-inflammation, all of which are essential for a healthy body to make long-term progress. The why is what matters. Instead of rushing to use supplements, ask yourself why you can't eat enough whole foods. Is it due to a busy lifestyle that doesn't allow you to relax and focus on your meals? Not relaxing while eating can affect digestion. Try to address the root cause before relying solely on pills or powders. Conclusion. In summary, consistency is key to assessing and optimizing any eating habit for maximum recovery and adaptation for muscle growth. The most effective eating plan is one that you can follow consistently and sustainably. Consider all the points we've discussed today to build a plan that helps maximize your body's ability to recover and adapt from training stimuli.